Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about ratchets. So let's get right into it and hope you guys enjoy the video. So this is my collection of ratchets. As you can see, I got quite a variety here. We'll go over these and kind of show their differences and some of the pros and cons of some of them. As you can see, I've got quite a few brands and styles. So we'll go over that. What I'm doing today, we've been working on this particular machine here for the last couple days. We've been having some issues with it. Give you guys an idea of what I've been doing here. So this is the part we're making, and the way we do this is we machine the first half of the part on this side with this spindle, and then this spindle will come over and grab onto it, and this is ran out of a really long bar that's about 25 feet long. So this chuck will come over and grab it and pull it out, and then this tool, it's called a part off tool, will come down and just cut it straight off, and then the sub spindle will go home and then finish machining the other side of the part over here. Well, what's happening is when the sub spindle's coming over and grabbing onto it and pulling it out, and the part off tool comes in and parts it off, somehow there's pressure being put on the part off tool in the Z-axis here and putting pressure on it, so when the tool comes to retract back up out of the cut, the insert's being pulled out of the groove tool every single time. So we're trying to figure out how to relieve that pressure off of the part there. It's been quite an ordeal. But anyway, get back over here and get into what we're gonna look at today. Okay, first we'll talk about this Pittsburgh here. For $30, you know, it's a pretty nice ratchet. I've not used it a whole lot because just shortly after buying this one, I got my Gearwrench, which is pretty much the same thing, same length anyway. The reviews that I've seen for it online seem to be pretty good. I have used it a few times, and it seems to be a pretty strong ratchet. The only thing I don't like about it is the direction lever is opposite of what just about all other ratchets are. That and the flex head supposedly wears out really quickly, which it has a set screw to tighten it back up. And the soft, supposedly the comfort grip, the grip on it is pretty hard compared to other comfort grips. But it is a lifetime warranty, obviously Harbor Freight. So then we've got the Gearwrench, the 120 XP, and this is my go-to as far as a half-inch drive ratchet. 120 tooth, or actually it's a 60 tooth double twin dual pawl design. So this has got the Gearwrench has the lowest swing arc on the market, and this thing does not hardly take anything to get this thing to ratchet at all. The Gearwrench 120 XP is pretty awesome technology. So the only thing I don't like about it is you've only got 7 positions for the flex head. I wish they would have given a little bit more positions on that, but it is what it is. Okay, and then I've got my Craftsman, which I got this one, and this one. They're all the same, just 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch drive. I got them all as a set, and I used those for a long time before I started, you know, buying more ratchets to, you know, get into for different applications. It's a 75 tooth push button, which I don't really like push button ratchets. It's got, you know, pretty smooth gear. It's a pretty good ratchet, especially for the money. Not really a whole lot more to say about that one. This is by far my most favorite ratchet here, the Snap-on. This is 95% of the time that I go for a socket and ratchet. This is what I get. This is what I use. I mean, the length is just perfect on it. The comfort grip is perfect. The selector switch on these Snap-on ratchets and the gear is just the smoothest of any ratchet I've ever had in my life. You get what you pay for. They are very, very expensive, but you know, you do get what you pay for, 100%. One thing about Snap-on too, you can get so many different configurations of ratchets. They've got, you know, so many different handles. You got the metal, obviously the regular metal handle, and then you can get the hard plastic, you know, the hard handle, and then the comfort grip handle. And there's so many different colors you can get, and then obviously so many different styles of ratchet. You know, you got just the regular straight kind, and then you've got flex head, locking flex head. They've got bent style. They've got them in all different lengths. So, I mean, you can pretty much tailor a ratchet to fit your need, and, you know, fit, you know, pretty much whatever you want it, you know, to do, and whatever you want it to look like. So, you know, there's not really another company that offers ratchets, that many ratchets like that. Okay, and then I've got this Carlisle. It's the same, pretty much the same ratchet as the Snap-on as far as the length. It's a flex head with the comfort grip. I don't use it as often because, like I said, most of the time I reach for the Snap-on. But the Carlisle is a really nice ratchet. It's the push button, and it's got the different positions like the Gearwrench, but it's got a lot more positions on it than the Gearwrench one does. One good thing about this is the size of the head on it. It's so much smaller than compared to other ratchets. The head is very small. You know, you can get it into a lot of places that maybe, you know, another ratchet that's got a bigger head on it wouldn't get into, you know. So if you're trying to get if a bolt or nut is up against something, you know, you could get onto it a lot, you know, maybe with this one, whereas another ratchet wouldn't do it. And then we've got the Craftsman, that was just like the 1/2 inch. We've got an SK, the old style round head, and I honestly have never used this thing. One time I got it in a socket set that I had bought basically just for the sockets. But obviously this style of ratchet's been around for decades, so it's a tried and true ratchet. This is probably my second favorite. This is SK's new their new teardrop ratchet, the LP90, and it's a very nice ratchet, 92, so it's got a pretty low swing arc. You know, it's just a really nice ratchet. Really tight gear. There's just about no give on it at all. You can tell that everything is pretty precise. Everything was machined. The machining on it's just perfect. The only bad thing about it, when I first got it, the direction selector was really hard. I mean, it took a lot of force to click it over. So I took it apart and clipped one of the coils off the spring and then oiled it. Which every ratchet I get, as soon as I get it, I take it apart and oil it. That's the first thing I do. But anyway, that took care of the problem there. And I mean, this is probably my second as far as go-to ratchet. This is probably my number 2. And then here's the long snap-on 1/4" drive, and this thing is awesome. This is my newest ratchet, my newest purchase as far as ratchets go. This thing is like almost 13 inches long, which for a 1/4" drive ratchet, that's a very long 1/4" drive. You can get a lot of torque on it, into, you know, it'll get into a lot, you know, you can reach down into really tight spaces with it. It's just an awesome ratchet. Obviously it's a snap-on, so I mean the quality is there. It was very expensive, but it was well worth the money. It's a 72 tooth. Say THLLF72. So for 1/4", this is my go-to now. This was my go-to 1/4" for a long time before I got the snap-on, but this is what I use as far as a 1/4" drive ratchet the biggest part of the time. And we've got the Gearwrench here. It's, you know, Gearwrench makes a pretty nice ratchet. As far as I'm concerned, I think they're other than snap-on, I think it's the best. They make probably the best ratchet out there, I think. Obviously other than snap-on, but that's just my personal opinion. This is an 84 tooth. This isn't the 120 XP. It's a really nice ratchet though. I mean, you know, the gear is really smooth. The only thing that I don't like about it, just like the other one, you've only got 7 positions on the flex head. That's the only bad thing about it. And then we've got the 1/4" Craftsman, just like the other two that I've got, that's identical to it, just a different, you know, I've got the 1/4, 3/8 and half, like I said. And then this thing. This thing is a piece of crap. This is the junkiest ratchet I have ever seen in my entire life. I mean, look at it. The direction the direction lever is sloppy. I mean, you can't even tell when it clicks into position. It's just sloppy. This is the Craftsman Evolve line, which is their economy line, but I mean, it's just worthless. It's got so much slop in it. I mean, look at this. I'm going to show this to you guys. Look how much slop that this thing has. I mean, look at that. That is horrible. Worthless. Look at that. Yeah. I don't even know why I keep it in my box. I guess it's maybe to loan it out to somebody. If somebody that I don't like asks to borrow a tool, a ratchet, that's what I would give them. So, and then I've got this bit ratchet made by Titan, flex head. This thing's good for getting into places that you can't get to with a screwdriver, or if you needed some extra torque on a screw or whatever, that's where this thing will come in handy. It has had its place. I've used it a few times. So who does make the best ratchet? Well, I would definitely say that Snap-on makes the best ratchet, but that's if you got the money to spend. You know, not everybody's got that much money to spend on just one ratchet. I would say the Gearwrench, that would probably be my number 2, possibly Carlisle. You know, you can get a Gearwrench ratchet for anywhere from $25 to $50, where the Snap-on is going to run you anywhere from $80 upwards of $250 to $280 possibly. So, you know, there's a lot of nice ratchets out there, guys. Even, you know, this Carlisle, like I was saying, this SK, like I was saying earlier in the video, this is probably my number 2 favorite. So it basically just comes down to personal preference, however much money you got to spend and just what you like. I mean, there's really no right or wrong answer here. So, well, that's it, guys. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, click the thumbs up button. If this is your first time on my channel, click subscribe. Share this video. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And we'll see you guys in the next one.